Welcome back, everyone, to the Paladins Console League. My name is Gormizer, and we're moving on with the day. Probably one of the fastest console sets we've ever had come through, essentially, from the last one. And not the results you would have expected, but now we're going to be moving into EU Xbox. As you can see behind me, Vroom Vroom are going to be going up against Bust Down. And to take us through this one, to be our shepherd, I've got Nick Theo, pretty hair, sitting right next to me.
Please. That's too strong of a word. Nobody needs shepherding at this point. We know these teams. I just don't know how that little wizard is significant of Vroom Vroom. Also, what is that flashpoint animal?
Story.
Is that like a little? Is that like a generic brand Jolteon or something?
The generic Jolteon. Honestly, it's kind of what it looks like. Like it's just like angry lightning fox.
Yeah.
Like we're just gonna pull out anything else that might make it too brand specific. But being able to come through. I have no idea where the wizard comes from either, but I do like the logo. Bust Down,
Joe Bro special.
Are the ones that come through, beat people up.
That
at least that is
sense,
their goal.
You know, it's clear, it's concise. I like it.
As the Joe Bro special.
Yeah, no, just the Bust Down logo in general.
Oh yeah,
makes a lot of sense for me.
We're
a fan.
Big muscle guy.
Let's take a look at it.
He's gonna beat you down. Either way. Very resembling of their logo, or they resembled it at least the last time these two teams played. It was a 3-0. Whereas, when you look at it right now, things are still pretty contested here in Europe as we have the 4-1 there for Cyclone. They have been able to kind of take the lead. Absolute Rain Gaming going to have to skip over you because they aren't necessarily in that same conversation of contesting with everybody else, only having 3 maps total out of their 5 sets. But Vroom Vroom, Bust Down, even Cyclone in there. It seems like Cyclone has kind of pulled ahead, but these 3 have been really just knocking each other's skulls around.
Yeah, Bust Down and Vroom Vroom tied up win-loss, yes, but a 5-map differential separating them. So much cleaner sets from Bust Down and Vroom Vroom, losing a couple more maps along the way, but still, that win-loss is at least the most important factor, right? You get that W at the end of the day. Doesn't matter if it wasn't so cleanly when it came down to it.
I mean, we've seen that just last week in the Premier League. Navi's just like, doesn't matter. We have the one set win over an IP. Who cares if the maps are tied? Who cares any of the other details? They took first place. But now we're going to have to see what these teams are going to bring to it here in the Console League. Bright Marsh, Frog Isle off the board for your maps, which means already I think we're going to get some interesting areas. Jag Falls and Ice Mines, so it leaves open things maybe like Stone Keep, which is a common pick on console, but for a lot of the more like flavor and hot maps that get picked a lot, kind of tossed out the window.
Right, Jag, Frog, Ice, all going to be taking a seat today. Ice Mines hasn't been too popular, I feel, on console, but it is really starting to be a primary rotation, if not a first map for some teams on the PC in the Premier League, in the minor league a little bit as well. I think after that performance earlier on from Flashpoint and from Aaron Monner, there's a couple of things I'm looking out for. I'm looking out for some more EVs here in this console league. That was a lot of fun to watch. And again, it's got that element, surprise may not be the best word for it, but you're just not used to being attacked from those angles that often with this amount of pressure. And you could see what it even did to a veteran like Skeppy. I mean, it was all up in that Willow's grill, and he really could not get comfortable at any point during Splitstone.
Yeah, there's a point actually watching the game. I was describing it. I was talking to Kresnik, and I was saying the thing that I loved what Aaron Manor was doing and what I'd love to see more, because Elevate does this as well, but they just adopted the strategy of what we typically see in like the minor league, some of the stuff we see in the Premier League, like playing champions that are very prominent there and showcasing that they can be very prominent on console as well, as long as you play them. But getting, I want to say, the 2 most console bans I've ever seen in the history of Paladins, Terminus and Talus, banned out here.
Yeah, I'll be honest, whenever I do see it, and seldom as it may be, Talus doesn't have that take over the game performance.
Yeah.
I don't know if he has to be paired with a Torvald or a Genos or something, but again, seldom as it has been, and it's been, maybe a handful of times, probably count them on my left hand. It just hasn't had that takeover performance, but it is one of those perma-bans, and maybe that's a relic of times past for console. I mean, there was a time where Talus was a very impactful character, don't get me wrong.
Oh, yeah.
And in those times when inarguably a character is valuable, you kind of build up like a rapport with that character, and you want to, even after the nerf, right, you're just so good with it, you continue to want to play with it. I mean, we see a lot of that,
choose your words
with Makoa too. He's been adjusted,
last.
Down changed a couple of times. Torvald's been changed a bunch, but people just get so good with those combinations and those characters, and they're so core to the strategies that doesn't matter. They stay in the bans.
So there's so many varieties of damage amp in the game. And Bust Down grabbed 2 of them, Genos and Dayra. But Torvald is still available. I mean, we have the Drogos, the Willow Bands were the last ones. But the thing that's always been interesting to me is, you know, Victor, very, very prominent here, with or without damage amp, always does a lot of damage. Vivian does kind of double down as that like counter to Torvald just because of how much she can blow up shields. So being locked in there, it's almost like I don't want to say a threat, but like go ahead, try picking up the Torvald, see what happens.
Young Makoa survives till the 7th pick, finally locked down. Khan Ash still open as well as Atlas. So it just goes to show you the difference. The difference in the motion of the ocean, folks.
I'll be honest, I forgot about Atlas because I'm so used to not talking about him because he's banned out every game. But I guess we can keep it in the same vein if he's just going to slip through. I mean, still potential to get picked up.
I don't think so.
It's going to be Khan right there.
I think he's going unpicked, unbanned.
Unpicked, unbanned.
I mean, you look at even last set,
How many games
though.
does that happen?
Probably.
In console, probably a lot more often.
I don't know. I mean, you look at what Aaron Mono were able to do with it. 15-2, I think, on Jack Falls. Granted, you know, Stone Keep is not Jack Falls, but it's damn close. I think Atlas is in the conversation, at least, on every single map. It will be a 10th pick Eevee for a Bust Down.
Wishing you shall receive.
I'm happy. I'm happy to see some more of this. I just want to. I really, frankly, thought Quicks did a great job on his Eevee. I want to see if we can keep it going.
Well, we're going to have to see whether or not this Eevee can stand up to the standard that's been set today if Bust Down have it, or if it's going to flounder through. We're just going to have to jump down to the casters and check it out.
Correct, Gore. You will. I'm here now. I'm not on the desk anymore, clearly, as you guys just watched that entire draft phase. Obviously, I'm not there, but I'm here with Dave this time.
That's right. I'm still down here.
That's right.
I'm still down here for game 1 of set 2. Should be a fun one. We got lots of matches today, honestly. Every match we have today is right with each other in the standings. Last one was a 1 versus 2. This one is a 2 versus 3. I think we have a 3 versus 4 somewhere. So should be, when I say should, after the back end of our first game, should be close matches. But, you know, if Aaron Monner 3-0ing Flashpoint tells you anything, don't know what to expect.
Yeah, I don't really know what to expect either in this case. And speaking of things not to expect, I see the shrapnel here. And it's funny because we were talking about it, at least I believe me and Crescent were talking about it before, just a little bit, where he was like, he goes burst mode every now and again, but Shrapnel is one of those underrated, underappreciated sort of talents that you see people pull out on Victor. And speaking of pull, that hook on Makoa landed in the first blood onto that Victor.
Yeah, Valerian getting yoinked in here, and everything's just going to steamroll from there. You lose so much of that damage presence with that first hook. Nice double kill there from Aryavan. Shrapnel Victor, I mean, it makes sense on this map. Right. I mean, burst mode is a little bit more consistent, a little bit longer range. That's pretty standard. I'm sad we don't see more cardio Victor because I think it's just cheesy and fun. You just sprint around and immediately heal up, especially if you have healing behind you as well. But on this map, especially if Bust Down are going to play the way they are right now, Shrapnel could make some sense. But 90% on the point, vroom. Got a big fight ahead.
Yeah, I mean, Bust Down really just giving it to him in this case, man. 99% overtime being the one that's taken down in this case. But thanks to Legends, and then follow that up to Khan, Vivian, making sure that Khan gets 2, Vivian gets 1 in this case. They do take a couple shots to the back, though. That does lead Paradogo, the man, to make sure he gets a double kill in this case, putting the hunter's mark on Victor. It's not only going to cause him to run past point, but also make sure that he gets out of there safely. And Doggo not playing very safe in his own right. The Void Grip, though, going to set up for the Barrier kill.
Oh, yeah, no health there, but he blinked in anyway. Nice wall blocks the overtime touch from Legends this time around. I think that one was so close. Honestly, it was a small moment where Victor Valerian tossed one of those now boosted shrapnel grenades up, caught Paradogo on the Eevee down to about 10% health and forced Eevee into the ice block and to hang back just for a little bit longer. And that allowed Bust Down kind of a pseudo 4v5 to really get back into that fight. But once Paradogo got in, dropped the Ice Storm nice and healthy, Bust Down just found the picks they needed. Nice snipe there from Dreams. Look for that from her today. I think she's one of the better supports in this region for sure, and definitely one that hits those time and spaces.
Yeah, the Khan, man, I mean, the Khan really was just over there by himself in a bad spot. They do end up overpowering Styles. They do get rid of the Inara, their point presence here in this case. So they might have to give him a little bit more respect. Bust Down, got to back up. You see Paradogo both Eevee and Makoa backing off, giving Legends and a couple of his teammates a chance to actually move up. But nice shielding coming out from Makoa. Just barely keeps her in that range. However, a nice hook followed by an Ice Storm, man. Step up a little bit too far, and Makoa can definitely punish you.
Yeah, Legends was ready to find a kill there. What he was not ready to find was a hook in his face, and then 3 members of Bust Down just waiting in the wings for him. Double kill from Emmerfish, and this payload's starting to inch ever closer. Perdago might just be looking for one more pick. Could just seal this one up.
Yeah, I mean, the sword to try and get away. Doesn't want Legends to be able to use that Commander's Grab to try and get him Battle Shout, give himself a little bit more immunity so he can win that trade, along with Valerian being in the background, being able to fire those shots, letting Perdago know, hey, I'm here too, I exist, and to be proof of that, I'm going to make sure I kill you in this game.
And he did.
Yeah, and that is 100% true. He's going to be able to force Bust Down to be able to back off. It's a little bit more. The marks are going out from Aryavon in this case. He does have Crossfire ready, but 30 seconds left on the point. It really comes down to what do you want to use?
Right. I mean, you're looking at 30 seconds left. Bust Down. I always love the teams that use it aggressively. Ooh. Just like that, another snipe. 2 for 2 now for Dreams. Styles with a kill as well. Bust Down looking to push this 3v5.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we already see that 3 kills are down in this case. We're already forcing the rest of room for him to really back up. Makoa hook just bounces off of their spawn in this case, but we see them all rush out the very last possible second to try and live. But really, with him living at 138 HP, like, come on. Like, no kill. Okay, there we go. There's the kill it is that we're actually looking for to be able to try and do something. But Dome Shield going down, Crossfire to try and counter that. The fact that that went down so soon, that's going to be huge to try and see if Bust Down can make this comeback. Vroom
have to win this one. They've used almost everything on the back end of it. You have a couple ultimates that'll soon be up. You only don't use the barrage. You'll have the Sentinels ready. Ooh. Perdago into the ice block. That was a gritty effort. Both teams throwing everything out at the wall. It looked great for Bust Down there from a moment. I believe this is Legends, the retake attempt here. I mean, notice that Perdago up on the left-hand side here, just not able to get involved, really because of that AoE shrapnel grenade from Valerian. But the moment after that replay finished, Perdago was able to get involved. Top damage in the game. We've seen some good Eevee play on console here today, and it's a refreshing change. I mean, I have to tip my hat to Quicks Faded in the last one. Perdago here in this game, 3-2-11. I mean, a good Eevee is so hard to deal with, you know, in general in the game of Paladins, but on console specifically, you know, if you have a player who's able to play on those extreme sensitivities and other players who play a little bit lower, I mean, the in and out, the back and forth, the head spinning of an Eevee really makes a difference.
Yeah, but we already hear the ults coming out as well. Makoa having to use that Ancient Rage to make sure that he can actually push them all back and definitely gain control of that keep. The rest of Bust Down in this case are going to slowly not only tack on percentage, but make sure they get a kill while they're at it. Legends goes down. A couple shots from Vivian, though. This is why the hit scan presence, especially on console, are so strong. It's extremely hard to miss to be able to really shoot just when you have enough bullets to just hold down and left click. You can trace wherever it is you feel like, be able to melt those targets down. In this case, 69% for Bust Down, 9% for Vroom in this case.
And Naiju was not able to really get involved at the beginning of that fight, which is where Bust Down were starting to succeed. But the moment those Sentinels came out, they kind of weathered the storm. Ancient Rage timed out. You know, Seismic Crash was used as well. The retake from Vroom was just so strong. Vivian was just free firing, walking forward. Now you got a very close mid-fight. Dreams finally missing through time and space here, but Ice Storm tries to pull things even.
That's true. We already see Nara and Barrett really just trying to fight on the point here, but Emmerfish, Styles, both of them go down. Aryavon finds one onto Legends. That's going to be good, but the thing is that can they hold it? Evidently not, because the rest of Bust Down are just wiped off of the board.
Wow.
2-1 for Vroom with an overpower and almost a Dome Shield to spare.
Yeah, they can really break this first choke point if they really want to start using those ultimates early here. Dome Shield maybe waits until that final push. You saw it used